While on the phone, Aiden walks into his house and stashes his money away. He then leaves his house. Bella waits till Aiden is far enough away, then sneaks into his house to steal his money. A short while later, Aiden returns to his house to find out his money had been stolen. He rushes out of his room to go look at his security footage. Aiden quickly logs into his computer and looks at his security cameras, only to find out his good friend Bella had stolen his money. Aiden grabs his phone and calls his good friend Kayla, who is also a drug dealer. Aiden calls Kayla and asks for her to lace Bella's scheduled shipment for next Tuesday. Kayla's quite curious why Aiden called her. She answers the call and assures Aiden that after next Tuesday, Bella will not live to see another day. The next day, Kayla decides to lace Bella's shipment. She opens her cabinet and grabs out a deadly drug called fentanyl, which is a very high overdose risk. Then she grabs a bag of cocaine, which is what Bella has asked for. She then pours the fentanyl into the bag of cocaine. Once Kayla is done with her task, she picks up her phone and looks for Aiden's number. She calls Aiden to confirm his deathly wish. The next Tuesday, Kayla picks up her phone and calls Monica, who is her partner. She tells her to come pick up the drugs and deliver them to Bella. Monica walks through and asks for the drugs. The drugs are then handed off to Monica. Later that day, Monica meets up with Bella on their scheduled time. She gives her the drugs, along with a business card with her information on it. Once Bella is home alone, she decides to use the drugs. Next to her on the table is Monica's business card. She uses a post-it note to separate the lines, and then uses a stolen 20 to snort it. Only 7 minutes later, when Bella is relaxing, she starts to have trouble breathing. She collapses on the floor and dies. After some time has passed, Aiden hopes Bella is dead by now. He makes an anonymous phone call to 911, letting them know there will be a dead body at Bella's address. The police take the anonymous call seriously and rush over to Bella's address. They see there is a body on the floor. They quickly check for the pulse. They pronounce the body as dead and place a sheet over it. The detective then goes on to place the evidence markers. The evidence is as follows. The first is Bella's phone. The second is a stolen $20 bill. The third is the cocaine itself. And the fourth is Monica's business card, which includes her phone number and services. A color test is then used on the drugs to guarantee it is cocaine. This is how the color test is performed. Due to her symptoms, it is believed Bella died from a fentanyl overdose. A fentanyl strip test is then used to confirm the results. Police are able to track Monica down. They tell her to put her hands up, but she runs instead and tries to throw things at the officer. She is then tackled to the ground and arrested. Monica is brought into questioning. She confesses to dealing Bella the drugs, but claims she had no clue that they were laced. While Monica is being questioned, there is a test going on to see which recent fingerprints other than Bella's are on that $20 bill. Fresh fingerprints are found on the $20 bill. These fingerprints belong to someone named Aiden. Police go and search Aiden's house. They find a used syringe on the floor. They take it in as evidence, and they run a DNA test on it. They use samples from Aiden's friends, one of which being Kayla. Results come back 100% identifying Kayla's DNA as the DNA found on the syringe. Police circle in on Kayla and try to make an arrest. She runs away. She trips and is put in handcuffs and read her Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you do or say will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. Do you understand the rights I have just read to you? With these rights in mind, do you wish to speak to me? Aiden is taken into questioning and asked what his relation to Kayla is and why her syringe was found at his house. Aiden states that Kayla is his good friend from high school and that they still keep in touch. He says the syringe is from the last time they hung out. Monica is questioned if she has any relation to Kayla. In an attempt to protect her, she tries to deny the relation, but later admits that Kayla is her longtime friend and partner in drug dealing. Kayla is questioned about the syringe found at Aiden's house. She claims that her and Aiden are good friends. Kayla is also questioned about her involvement in the murder. She claims she knows nothing about it, but once confronted with Monica's confession, she breaks. Kayla confesses to lacing the drugs, but states that Aiden forced her to lace them. 1 week later, court starts. In the first session of court, Monica is being tried. Her attorney states that Monica is not guilty due to the fact that even though she is a drug dealer, she did not know that the drugs she was selling were laced. Monica is found guilty and convicted of involuntary manslaughter. In the second session of court, Aiden is being tried. His attorney states that Aiden is not guilty because he had no association with this crime. Aiden is found guilty and convicted of first-degree murder. In the third session of court, Kayla is being tried. Her attorney states that Kayla is not guilty due to the fact that she was told to lace the drugs. Kayla is found guilty and convicted of first-degree murder. Monica is sentenced with 8 years, with possibility of parole. Her estimated release date is in 2027. Aiden is sentenced to life in prison without possibility of parole. Kayla is also sentenced to life in prison without possibility of parole.